Morning Show.
Good morning to one and all. A most pleasant, beautiful morning. What a beautiful morning. What a beautiful day. Good morning to one and all across this country of Belize and folks watching us outside of Belize. We say good morning. We have folks in Quintana Road that view us as well because we have some students from Belize that are studying there and they watch the show along with their Mexican counterpart and tell them what's happening in Belize and in the US and all over the world. We say good morning to you. This is the SugarCity Morning Show. Good morning once again. My name is Robert Checker Usher with you this morning, and we'll be bringing you all the vital information that's out there in the air. Whatever is out there, we'll bring them to you right here this morning on the SugarCity Morning Show. So once again, welcome, and we will jump right into our prayers this morning as we say good morning to all our international viewers this morning in tune bright and early right here to the SugarCity Morning Show. Let's get Delvey right here this morning to pray for us today. And of course, folks, as usual, we try to do our best to bring you all the relevant information that is out there, that is happening, and we do our best to bring it to you right here on the SugarCity Morning Show. But it's a wonderful morning, a wonderful day, and we wake up and we are lent another day. The good Lord has lent us another day, and we will give thanks this morning as we say good morning to Delvey. Good morning, Delv.
Buenos dias, buenos dias. Good morning.
Buenos dias, buenos dias. Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Well, thank God I have life, so I'm okay.
That's the first sign of a blessing, so thanks God for that.
Nothing else we could ask for, right? Because we got life. Once there's life, there's hope.
Yeah.
Yes. And yourself?
I am, Mr. Check, you know what? I am doing great, thanks God. I'm not complaining.
Okay.
I'm not complaining, you know. Me and my family, we are right. We are right, thanks God.
So they hang in there?
But we didn't get there. We didn't get there. One day at a time when they get there.
Okay.
I'd be ashamed to complain.
Yeah. Okay. With all that, well, let's give thanks.
Yes, and I'll share the verse for this morning, and then I'll go into the prayer. And this morning's verse is from Psalms 12, verses 6 and 7, and it says, "The words of the Lord are pure words, like silver tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times. You shall keep them, O Lord, you shall preserve them from this generation forever." Almighty and Heavenly Father, Lord, we just thanks once again this morning. Thank you for blessing us with another day of life. Thank you for protecting and keeping us, oh God. For it is indeed a blessing to be here, to be able to breathe, to be able to see and to smell, oh Lord. It is indeed a blessing, Lord, and we are thankful. Lord, and as I go about this day, I just welcome you in the midst of this show. I welcome you in the midst of our lives, Lord. And I pray that you continue to guide us, continue to teach us, Lord, as a people. Continue to mold us, Lord, for we need you now more than ever. And I pray, oh God, that your words, Lord, as you send out your ministers and your preachers and your saints, Lord, to share your words, I pray that your words may be in and through each and every one of our lives. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. You see how in that prayer, how it shows that we need each other's. We cannot do it without lending on the hands of our brothers and sisters, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We do, Mr. Checky. We do need each other.
Yeah.
You know, this is the number one man band, and you know, some people are a little bit more difficult to get along with, but even those difficult people is for a purpose. You know, because it teaches us to learn to be patient in it. And mind you, always easy. Right? So please don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, I know.
Right? And it teaches us, when we learn how to work with them, we learn to be patient, we learn to understand that, that person must just like talk loud or whatever. If you talk to one nice, me might see myself. So we need every person, whether we love them or they love we, whether we don't really like them or they don't really like me. We do need each other.
Yeah, it's just like you say that, God sends out the missionaries to go and spread the word, right? We have nations that, when they have things happening in their nation, with other nations and things that are going wrong, then the president or the prime minister or whosoever is the head of state, they send out their soldiers to go and do the work. So, like everybody world is different, so we lean on each others and we get things going the way it should be. Inspirationally, it's very nice to hear something like that, because it uplifts us and realize, hey, you're not bigger than you think you are.
Uh, yeah, yeah.
You
And
miss-
God is still bigger and He still has a purpose for each of us.
Yeah, when we used to hear all the songs back in the 70s, we used to wonder, because they may have a song that say, who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff?
We are but a breath, Mr. Techie.
Yes,
You know,
girl.
we are but a breath. But while we are here, God has placed in each of us, and I just like to, share a reminder that no matter if you're rich, if you're poor, if you have your mind, if you don't have your life, it doesn't matter where we are in life. God has a purpose for us in that season, and a lot of the times that just to make we humble down, we quiet down, and we listen, because God He speaks to us in many different ways.
Right.
But if we are noisy, if we let anger and frustration get the best of us, then we can't hear way they try to tell we. I never send me to kill we, no. We will die, but you never send me to kill we. He helps send me to make we do whatever He has purposed us to do.
Yeah, that's true. That's why you see they have Mr. Lord Rayban, Mr. Gerald Rayban has been composing music for so long. He talk about the smart Bajan, no care what you do, Bajan are still smart. Then you have the good song, we say if you're Bande or Bande, so your Banda Belize, your Bande proud to be a Belizean, just like in other nations, the Mexicans, the Guatemalans, they are proud of their culture, they are proud of their country. It's just about being that open mind and being conscious of who you are, and Delv, once you could do that, then you could go forward.
Right. If we get to understand, to embrace who we are, and again, it's a daily thing, and I appreciate, that just the blessing of being able to share and have them discussions with you that others can hear and say, what, there is still hope. There is still hope. This world is not perfect. It will never be perfect. We might die and it not be perfect. But if you get an opportunity to make even a dent, right? Might be Prime Minister Belize, but even in your home, shucks, I used to holler at my picnic, or I used to fight up with my husband. Like I see if I could work on that and make my house a bit more peaceful. If you could make even one, then even in your own house, that is a change in the world, because shucks, you used to fight with your husband, just example, right? He goes to work, he don't vex frustrated, go fight with his co-workers, and because he wife fighting him, and you see how that chain goes on, then maybe his co-worker had a bad man, and then this man going to pick her up, but if it goes back home, the wife decides, I want to be nicer, I want, try being positive, different, the husband happier, he going to work happier, those who it was used to frustrate, they now become a little bit more positive and thing. And that is how the change start to come.
Yeah, well, that's when you talk about the key in communication, because with you and your partner, and even with your brothers and sisters, with your mom and your dad, you need that communication. So people, when they have family members that die, they say, man, I know see my uncle for so long, or my auntie, and he dead. I never had time for to see her. That's because the communication is not there, right?
And again, like I said, we are not perfect people, and every family got their share, Mr. Checky. Every family got their share of heart. things when I need to deal with.
Yeah.
But you know, if it could be like one person at a time where be the bigger one and say, you know, life is too short. Life is too short, and if you dead and say, you know what, I never get to tell this one this, or I never tell this one that, you know, that's something that the individual has to live with, and most of the time it is painful.
Yeah, because one time some of our close friends or family dead, they say, you know, people grieve and they say, well, please forgive me for what I do for you, but that person has died already. You know.
They can't hear you. The dead hears nothing.
And then someone will feel,
you know,
like, someone will feel like if you go tell your wife or your husband or your brother or your sister, your aunt or any family members, you know, I say, man, I don't want to call him, you know, but I'm afraid that I rail up with me or they set down the phone. No, man, you make the move, and if you know, if they set down the phone for you and or they rail up with you and not call, tell you not call me, one of their days you can get back to that person, and that person might just call you back.
Yes, and you know why? Because it goes back when we humble ourselves. If that person hang up and rail up after you and say, I know I am not, that will be on their conscience. But as an individual, you know, you did your part and you free up yourself. Because when we hold on to grudges, they're like, you're in our sink sand.
Yeah,
you want this thing there, and the next person, they sleep, they go about their business, and you want they sink and they sink. But when you come and say, you know what, I mean, they quarrel with my brother or my sister for so long, I want give them a call, he either answer or he no answer. Either way, I still want to try it and, you know, free myself.
Yeah, and I not give up.
And we can't, Mr. Check, we shouldn't, you know, easy, but, you know, love and family, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, because what communication with somebody, you don't have to get to a conversation every day, you know. You can send somebody one line, one blessing or hi, good morning.
Yeah.
You know, like when we get separated from each other's, I mean, that's separated. They say, okay, you go your way and I go my way. But because of, you know, constraint in bills, sometimes some people will work out of the country or out of the district, right? And then, you know, when you see them people, again, it'll be sometime when they have one big time wedding or sometime when somebody dies and they have a wake and a funeral, then say, hey, I never see you a long time. And then make we exchange number because we may lose focus and things like that, right? But you just got to be conscious of what is happening and believe in yourself and, you know, believe in each other's as well, because nobody is better than each other's. All of we have our own world, right? So
yes.
we could just put that in consideration and let's try to do our best to make this world a better place for all of us to live in.
Yeah, a little bit better than where we found it.
Right, right. Make it better. Well, thanks again, Delv, and we link up tomorrow, all right?
All right, if the good Lord so will, tomorrow.
Certainly.
Have a great day.
All right. Folks, at this time, we will now check in with the Belize Met service. It's 16 minutes after 7 o'clock. 16 minutes after 7 o'clock, we check in with our friends at the Belize Met service for today's weather forecast. Let's see what the weather will be like today. Not really know what happened in a Fono area, but yesterday we had a nicely shower in the afternoon. It comes strong, too. It never lasts long, but believe me, it was appreciative of us enjoying that weather. I think we are looking at some weather situation for some time this afternoon, but let's hear it from the expert at the Belize Met service as we link up for today's weather forecast right here on Nortevision Channel 10.
Good morning. Skies will be sunny with a few cloudy spells today and clear to partly cloudy tonight. Showers and thunderstorms will be isolated except for a few more inland and north this afternoon, then south tonight. High temperatures this afternoon will reach near 89 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 96 inland and 82 up in the hills. Low temperatures tonight will be around 80 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 73 inland and 68 in the mountains. The winds will be from the east and northeast at 0 to 10 knots, and the sea conditions will be slight. A low tide will occur at 9:26 this morning, followed by a high tide at 3:46 this afternoon. The moon will rise at midday this afternoon and will set at 11:20 tonight. The sun will set at 5:47 this evening and will rise at 5:42 tomorrow morning. The outlook for Thursday and Thursday night is for mainly fair weather with isolated showers and thunderstorms inland in the afternoon. In the tropical weather outlook, at 6 a.m., post-tropical cyclone Teddy was centered near 44.8 62.3 west or about 65 east-northeast of Halifax, Nova Scotia. Teddy was moving to the north-northeast at 23 miles per hour with maximum sustained winds of 65 miles per hour. Elsewhere in the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 40 days. In the sargassum forecast, no significant amount of sargassum was seen over the area on the last satellite imagery. However, there is still a chance for smaller mats to affect the country in the coming days with minimal impacts. And this concludes more report.
Thank you very much, forecaster on duty there at the Belize Met Service. So it looked like we have some. The outlook for Thursday and Thursday night is for mainly fair weather with isolated showers and thunderstorms inland this afternoon. So, folks, it look like inland will be having some shower activities this afternoon. We want to say good morning to Darla and Glenda this morning. Hope you guys are doing fine. Good morning, a blessed Wednesday morning. Hoping all is well. Okay, we continue to try to see how we can have that safe blessing. How's our friends doing there in Florida this morning? Good morning, Charlene, Rona, and your mom as well. Good morning to Erin and crew there in Dallas as well. Leroy in New York, Greg and family there in Chicago as well. Los Angeles, we have Robert, Miss Olive. We also have Uncle Kirk. We have Mark, we have Doc, we have Reggae Brown, the rest of the crew. We want to certainly wish you all the best. Folks, as we are here this morning, seems like, we went into a referendum, the voting for the referendum, and Belize voted yes to go to the International Court of Justice, that's the ICJ. Guatemala voted yes as well. Guatemala asked for an extension that is still in place, but not really sure what is happening when it comes to the OAS, because what happened is on Saturday, some residents from Punta Gorda went to the Star Stone to put a flag in remembrance of two persons that have passed. One of them was the first person that passed with the COVID, Mr. Pipersburg, and also a person that used to be along with the Belize Territorial Volunteer, and they were still bullied a little bit by the Guatemalan soldiers, no? But we must say kudos to the Belize Defense Force, because the persons that went there, they explained to the Belize Defense Force at the forward base what was their agenda, and they say, okay guys, no problem, go ahead and do it. Then the Guatemalans just came in and tried to stop them from doing what they wanted to do to set that landmark in respect of our two fallen brothers. The Belize Defense Force had to intervene to tell the Guatemalans that, hey, we can't do this, we can't stop them people. Remember, right now, we don't go to the referendum, and this is Belize territory. So apparently the Guatemalans understood and they moved off. But what if the Belize Defense Force, they were moving? Just like that, they could stop other people, and people don't really know where the line is, where the boundary is, and who is who and what's their rights. But the Belize Territorial Volunteers, they know where the line is, they know their rights, and they went in. But once again, thanks to the Belize Defense Force, and I'd like to congratulate everyone, went on those missions to try to keep us informed and to let us know where our lines, where our boundaries are. But all of that will be defined in the courts. That's the International Court of Justice, the ICJ. Belize has voted for that as well, for us to go to the ICJ. Guatemala has voted yes as well. So now it's just a time for us to wait and see what will happen. I know we have some personnel from Belize that will be representing us at the ICJ, I don't really remember their name right now, but we will be having strong representation from prominent citizens from our country. And all we have to continue doing is continue to pray and hope that all will go well and no bloodshed now happen when it comes between both countries. You know, Guatemala has some nice citizens as well, nice persons. But you know that when it comes to the leadership part and the political part, that then that country want to show, okay, I want to show that we want to get this stuff for we. You know, like one of the past president was there on a map showing that, the kids in school showing that the map extend all the way into Belize. And when the students were telling him otherwise, they say, no, that's wrong, that's not correct. So he was showing them the map of Belize in the map of Guatemala. So those things happen. So when it comes to that, sometimes it's not only the citizens, sometimes it's most of the leaders, political thing. Folks, but it's now 24 minutes after 7 o'clock. This is the Sugar City Morning Show, and we take a break, and we'll be back after these messages right here on North Television Channel 10.
Saltar la frontera es ilegal y coloca a toda la nación en riesgo. Nuestros vecinos, Guatemala y México, han experimentado un rápido incremento de casos de contagio de COVID-19 y hay más muertes cada día. Personas entrando a Belice ilegalmente, viniendo de esos países con múltiples casos, no les están haciendo las pruebas de COVID-19. Es por eso que es importante reportar a cualquiera que entre ilegalmente a Belice llamando a nuestras líneas directas. Para Smart, marque 0800-586-7377, 0800-267-3377 y para Digi, marque 0800-728-3293. Tolerar o participar en entrar ilegalmente es ponerte a ti, a tu familia y a todo tu país en riesgo. Recuerda, cualquiera que sea arrestado deberá pagar una multa de hasta 5,000 y o prisión por 2 años. Detén el salto de fronteras hoy. Este mensaje es presentado por el Departamento de Policía de Belice y el Banco de Belice.
Is Johnny Briseño dishonest, dizzy, or just dishonorable? In 2005, he pretended to resign from the PUP when Musa illegally gave $20 million to UHS. But in 2019, he said if he was Prime Minister, he would pay Ashcroft $94 million in connection to the same UHS corruption. In 2011, he said the old PUP thieves need to bring back the million they stole when the PUP was in government. But in 2020, he is asking us to vote for the same set of thieves. In 2018, he said Belize should go to the ICJ to settle the Guatemalan claim. But in 2019, he asked Belizeans to vote no. What is Johnny Briseño's problem? Is he dishonest, dizzy, dishonorable? Johnny Briseño is all of the above, not an option.
Boy, I'm late again. What? Done ain't there yet? No time to sleep then.
Ugh, where'd I put my license? What? More cash? Yes.
Oh my god, that's a huge slice. More for me.
Money.
Who doesn't love having more of your favorite things?
Stop your money right.
With Digicel's new prepaid data plans, you get more data to do more of the things you love. That's more chats, more snaps, more surfing, more videos, more everything. So go ahead, live your best life with Digi. Whatever that may be.
llegó el día de elección. Sí. Llegó el día de elección, todos juntos con pasión. Vamos a votar por una mejor nación. Vámonos para adelante, no hay nadie que nos aguante. Carlos Cetina para que nos represente. Votemos todos por Carlos Cetina. Un hombre con visión tiene la solución y todo su trabajo lo hace con pasión. Votemos todos por Carlos Cetina. En el día de elección no demos explicación. Hagamos lo correcto por nuestra nación. Para todo hay solución, una buena explicación. Nuestra gente en primera posición. No hablamos de más, trabajamos por más. Nuestra palabra es nuestra prioridad. Que se vea la bandera y que este ritmo suene. Y la voz es de la gente que retumbe y truene. No vamos a parar, venimos para ganar. Carlos Cetina nos va a representar. Votemos todos por Carlos Cetina. Un hombre con visión tiene la solución y todo su trabajo lo hace con pasión. Votemos todo por Carlos Cetina. En el día de elección no demos explicación. Hagamos lo correcto por nuestra nación. Yo, en el día de elección hagamos lo correcto. Votemos Carlos Cetina, Orange Walk North. Tú sabes, prosperidad, mejor futuro para ti, para mí y para nuestros hijos. Hey.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's 7:30, folks. 7:30. Carlos Cetina, the man getting ready for Orange Walk North. Well, he's ready already. Good morning, Sam.
Morning, Checky. Morning, Belize. Morning, Orange Walk. How you doing, man?
Well, I do good. How the pear tree?
Huh?
How the pear tree?
Well, they get cut down piece.
Okay. It's still they grow or don't they grow? Or pear done?
They had done long time for me.
Yeah. Buy the pear, me nice though, Sam.
But right, himself, you one never good.
Yeah,
but if you want free one.
He me good, buy the pear, me good.
Most good, man.
Yeah. So what's going on, Sam?
Well, you know, nothing much, but good to be here.
Yeah, good to
I
have
miss
you,
the place,
man.
I leave it, you know.
Yeah, it's a lovely,
but,
beautiful
anywhere I go,
morning.
the people are like, what happened? I know you see up on the show.
When they see you now, I know Miss Patsy was
Oh, Miss Patsy, man.
Good morning, Miss Patsy, Sam, yeah. Yeah, call me right now. You know, Sam, you know, we are touched a little bit in the politics this morning, but earlier, I don't know if you may hear the story about the weekend where the Belize Territorial Volunteers, I mentioned it a while ago.
Yeah, I listened to it, yeah.
So, it's not about if they gone or the who gone. But then the Guatemalan people still behave out of order, man.
Yeah, they're ridiculous, but even before I continue on further, I must applaud the BDF for a job
Yes,
well
man.
done.
Yes.
You understand? And you know Guatemala is full of the corona also, and you
Yeah,
don't want to
right,
call
too.
it touch we both can actually grab the guys in boat and like, yeah, we're not going nowhere. And the BDF they watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they went to the BDF first and informed the BDF of their plan.
Right.
Which was, you got a green light, go ahead.
They never go there to get no trouble.
But you're there on my side, how you get your plan for your side?
Once you're there on your side, you could do whatever is within the laws
Right.
of Belize, right?
Free movement in your
Yeah.
country.
So it look like some of them people they not respect the voting that we did.
Yeah, I think they believe that the BDF would have just sat by and allowed them to bully the Belizeans, but it wasn't so. Those guys went to the skiff and put their boat between the Guats boat
and back off.
And the Belizean boat.
Yeah.
And let them know you need to back off.
Yeah. Well, like you said, kudos to the
Of course,
BDF.
that's the way it's supposed to be. We need to show that we run things in a free territory.
That's right. I like what you said in a free territory because they feel like this stuff for them territory. It look like they not stop behave so until the court rule and tell them when you stay on the side, Belize stay on the side.
And that's what happen soon because I mean we got so much countries that is in favor of Belize. That's what the people need to understand.
Yep.
A lot of countries is with Belize.
Yeah, but they need to tighten up, man. They need to tighten up.
Yeah,
because
we will.
you see, if them people never talk to the BDF, right, or just so other people.
That protocol, so you have to go talk with them.
Yeah, but if that was just so other people me gone and just already they still talk to the BDF and then gone and they bully them, maybe they might just turn back because they don't know better, right?
Yeah, that too.
But kudos to the Belize Defense Force, and if we could left alone them people, I can't say I could not go there because I Belize.
Well, I would never say that. If you need to go to the South Island, man, you got every right to go.
Yeah, so.
I myself would want to visit.
Yeah, I can't tell you to not go there because it's a part of your
we.
country.
That's for we.
You know, but Sam, you know, we are going into the election mode right now, and you see what happened for the last day of registration, right?
I heard about it.
Yeah, boy, the lines were so long, Sam,
Yep,
so
and
it looked like things were tight for this election.
it not be no easy going for the standard beer for the blue. I could tell you that.
Yeah.
Because I witnessed the crowd that came to visit Carlos yesterday, and
yeah, boy, Carlos, they get a lot of visit for
a
you.
lot of visitors, man. You know, people bringing a complaint to him, and he has the patience to deal with them. Yeah, he's a vibrant young man. That's the first, I don't meet the man, but I never really know who that Carlos is either.
Yeah.
Till I actually, physically saw him.
Yep.
And I said, oh, that you? Well, you have been around here. Have walked every single one of the villages in the north.
Yeah, you see the man in action.
Yep, I have seen him in action.
Yeah. And when people come, Sam, they not only complain, they bring sometimes concerns too, right?
Yeah, a lot of concerns, land issue.
Yeah, correct.
Because as a matter of fact, he told a certain person that they would be going to Belmopan on Thursday to straighten out some. The poor old man make like 3 trips already.
The Belmopan.
And
he can't get it done.
No headway, so Thursday they will be going to deal with that issue, which is nice.
Then I write that tomorrow. Thursday.
Already, Joe?
Yeah, today Wednesday, Sam. Yeah. You the party too much, but you look like that independence still. The independence still there, you know, Joe. I'm talking about independence cigarette, you know.
And you worry about that.
The independence celebration. But yes, and the opposition, well, then they gear up right now.
Well, of course.
Yeah, they got the plans what they represent. But I was looking at a document here that was sent over.
What plan they presented?
I'm not sure if these are the plans that they have out, but let me see. A document here that we have received here at Channel 10. But I think they are saying something like some of the agenda: free education from preschool to junior college, universal preschool education, establish a teacher and learning institute, 100% trained teachers, 4 to 4th laptop computer program. When you look at these programs, they look good, but most of these programs are already in place.
Jackie, let me say this, man. You could dream and you don't pay, They don't charge you for dream.
You could buy any amount of money.
You could dream. That are dreams. Then they can't fulfill that. You know the situation this country is in, right? So how will you say free education for everybody from preschool to?
From preschool to junior college.
To junior college. Where you want to get the money from to deal with that?
Yeah, but I think their plans that was presented already by this party, Sam.
Yeah, this party have tried.
In 2008 or sometime. Yeah, this part of this was presented as already, right?
When they talk about all right, they want to train teachers, right? Mm-hmm. No, we got a lot of trained teachers already.
Yes.
Who have went and finished off their studies and stuff like that. But they are the ones who closed down Teachers College.
Oh yes,
Now they come back and talk like you want to open back Teachers College. When you say one close down Teachers College, you're so stupid.
Teachers College can open again. Birthday request going out to Alfred Williams Jr. Birthday to you. Come see you from your mom, Miss Mary Williams, and the Williams family. Strong UDP supporter.
Albert Williams.
Yeah.
Marlon brother Williams. Marlon Albert Williams.
Yeah.
Enjoy your day, my brother.
That Miss Mary, man.
Right.
You know Miss Mary, right or you know?
I don't know.
Huh? Yeah, strong stalwart, strong standing UDP.
She's up early.
Yeah, she has never changed her party for nothing by.
Oh man.
Always the rally.
Right.
Yeah, Sam, but there are things what they happen. I thought about free textbook, ebook program.
That has happened before.
But the free textbook is already in this school,
Exactly. So I don't know where they come from. Then again, check like these things. Free education. Then at the same time you can cut off tax from certain things, right? But you need to generate a lot of money for free education.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You understand? You want to take off import duty from certain things.
Yeah.
Account to them.
Yeah. But you say, Sam, what is vital in a community? Health, education, and jobs. And if you look on jobs in this country, a lot of people say, we can't eat in the highway, we can't eat in the streets. But that is about developing your country.
Right, and
then they bring jobs, Sam. You know how road work, but then they bring jobs.
It brings jobs and it raises up the value of land.
Yeah.
But if the streets stay bad, what's wrong with the government? They want to fix it. They complain again. So what is it that some of you people want? Who talk about you can't eat street?
Yeah, health, education, and jobs. You know how much jobs have been created with all the infrastructure that has done in the country of Belize. Lot of jobs. You know the road work. They don't leave it. They don't leave it to people in the care for work, right?
Yep. And they are very expensive and too. Like the coastal road, which will be named. I'm glad to hear that it will be named. And after our
the glue
farmer leader.
Okay.
Manuel Esquivel, right?
Okay. That the coastal road.
Well deserved.
Okay.
But then check it coming back to this free education thing, right? Election are held every 5 years. What time you plan to do that? Let's go say you win. What time you plan to give out free education and all these things that you have promised? When we generate money from the land borders, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that close right now, they happen like that.
Yeah, they happen.
They happen like that. So a lot of revenues where this government is supposed to collect, they're not collecting anymore. So where will the free education come from unless the leader position go accent ballet, I make millions and millions of dollars last 10 years under the PUP, bring some of that for me so I could give these people.
Yeah, let's look at this class. Hello, good morning.
Morning, brother Sam.
Morning.
Morning, brother Bruya.
Yeah.
Morning, sir.
Man, that's the thing. That the song where they try sing check here, Sam.
Yes, my brother.
Look at that the song can't that the song no good again. That song still free education. Do you feel like the people that what about the laptop there where they promise the Belizean people there, the Intelco?
Only two they bring? So white laptop.
And they're not there for seat and they not come back again. Now that they talk about free education.
Yeah.
Why they never had it long before? If you notice, it was only a few. When did these people start to get the subsidy that you could say all the students from standard 6 going to our high school? You know what I mean? When they come with a nonsense, man, and that poor fella look like that, not going in their head, you know, help her. You know what I mean? You know, help her, because when he stand up and talk, when you say that 1979, the Belize independence, something wrong with you. Definitely something wrong with you. Because I'm not in your head, the effect of Belize independence 1981.
Officially.
Small picture where in Fantoon water. And here quite 1979. So that to show you, when you have a leader like that, what kind of leader you have to lead the country? Anytime you book here, turn back. And to me, he know that not my knowledge himself. It depends on where they tell him upstairs that they say, and we can't start one leader like that. We have to vote for the UDP. And this country, the progress, I look on it. All infrastructure will start when the UP win.
Well,
how much people
that's what the leader say.
One job. Look how we here right now because of this pandemic where they are. You know what I mean? Belizeans don't know what you know why. Now listen to Johnny and his stupidness. He get knocked in the head and it affect him. But like God, the right honorable Dean Barotella is supposed to remember to take the filter man in time, you know? To make it get alright. Bye, my brother.
Yeah.
Sam, on point.
Well, of course.
You know that what is happening right here, right now when you go in the area by Copper Bank, Progresso, Chonosh, Little Belize, all the way to Sartaneja. How much people in the area they work?
With
that infrastructure they happen?
Yeah, it happened. Then they put money in the kitchen, right? But I can't to the leader of the opposition. No, he says himself, right? That they will stop these projects when they win.
But that can't happen, man.
You understand me? They will stop these projects. So what will these guys do when you stop these projects? Even if you stop it for a month, because you want to investigate. What will they do?
That's not something practical for somebody though, and no, I don't think
so
nobody. Then they assign contracts, you know, Sam.
All these guys working on these highways need to think, right? Where you're going to place your X. Now, if you're going to man, they tell you on national rail that they want to stop these projects.
That means that they stop your job too.
They want to stop your job. So what you do? Get around the casa, Raskaway, but that's what you're going to do. Huh? That's what you want to do. Then you need to vote for the red. You need to vote UDP.
Yeah, because
so the projects continue, and there will be more projects after these projects are completed.
Nobody can live contented in a house and maintain a family without a job.
How you do that?
You know
you might want to jump in the fence and go thief.
You know, pan this road there, what happened to the Sartaneja road, Sam. one lot of them people were working at tourism. One lot of them fishermen, they work there right now.
Yeah. Then they pick up the pickings, they check it.
You understand? But
Right.
that are the only way they could make one money
Yeah, but
right
then
now.
you bring up the government and the one. It's because there is something to do at this time.
Things they happen.
No, if there was nothing to do, what kind of lick may I take in this country right now?
Yeah,
and you have that road, you have the Stratton road, you have the coastal, the hummingbird is underway to completion, right?
Yeah, the
so
Caracol one.
People they work out there.
Complain about the Caracol
yeah.
road, you know.
Nobody live there, I say.
Yeah, and but great point where you say Sam about the when time after election any government was staying, they can't make one manifesto if they say they want to do this and they want to do that because
tough.
how you do it without money?
It is tough.
Airport open the 1st of October. Nobody know what happens, Sam.
And I think that one, when the airport open the 1st, that one be like, make we try it.
Yeah.
Right, and if we start go wrong, you close down again.
Yeah, we have to close.
You understand? Don't like, okay, flying colors, open the airport.
But people
no matter what. No, it not be like that.
People working at tourism, it not be the same, Sam.
It will not.
Because not everybody who working at tourism and get job.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because just the airport they open. Sometimes when them people come and you see how the thing was set up now when they come they were designated to their hotel. Let's say we're going to Biltmore or going to Radisson or one of them big time hotel. That the way and there.
So there was a big difference now because then you stay at your hotel and you know they spend.
No.
Only the hotel, you know they out on the street they spend.
Most of the hotel they got their own tours.
Exactly.
They got their own tour guides and everything.
But for the safety of the country, that is the way it has to be.
So you can't say the economy will prosper more because the money are coming when it comes in the tourism sector, but not much for the tour guides because it's not like when the cruise ship come in. You know, when the cruise ship come in, people come after the ship because they come for one day. Not even one day, some hours.
Yeah, they come for hours sometimes.
Because they go back the same day.
Yep.
So they come and they come to Orange Walk, conceal Lamanai. You know, they go to Corozal, go see Ceros.
Fast tours.
They go to Alton Ha, San Antonich. All the nice sites. They go Cave Chubin. They go see what beautiful country.
Right.
They go take city tours. That the city. You see a lot of tourists at Orange Walk when the tourist season is on and they walk out Orange Walk.
Yeah, walk out Orange Walk is freely.
Yeah. They go to trails. They go do bird watching. A lot of things.
But and all that generate money, but for right now, for the time being, that not happen. So what part you want to get this money for? All this free education. Or you got a magic one. You touch this and that ton money. You touch that and that ton money. That's what he must have.
Why?
But the amount of things what he want to do.
It can't happen, Sam.
It don't happen, brother.
It can't happen. I mean, everybody that hope for say one government come in and under this COVID, so they could do so much things. But it's not practical. It can't happen, Sam.
It can't. Why you think? Look at Mexico. Mexico is afraid to close down the country because of the economy.
Yeah.
So it take one lick with the virus.
And people are dead out.
Right, because of the fear that they had, where the COVID will bring upon the country.
Yeah.
So he put one lick on there.
Yeah. And then Belize smaller in the country, we spread out a lot, Sam. So we might say Belize got a lot of case, but for population-wise, and the proximity
it is a lot for the limit of people we have. It is a lot.
Yeah, but when you hear Mexico, they have so much case. Guatemala,
so
even the president from Guatemala catch it,
Yeah, he too.
And so high officials in Mexico. Right at Belize right now we have police officers where they catch it because they have to be in contact with people where they behave kind of way that
exactly.
Not supposed to behave, So, coming back to this situation with election, people just have to think how they want to vote, Sam, because it's not an easy road. It's not an easy road. I feel like
I believe the people.
When a new government come in, the next day things will be bright and beautiful.
The first, the first thing they holler, the money for the relief not there. The prime minister made the line.
He left with broke.
Because they have to suit themselves first and pay off their bank account.
So we can't do nothing.
So
yeah, I sorry for them people who work at hospital, Well, because some hospital are the first place when I usually.
That they carry me or you, as we start to cough, no?
No, you know the workers who work in the hospital, right?
They got to take care of my brother.
Yeah, they have to
I wish
take
them
care.
well.
They have to take care. But what I'm saying, like when government change the first place, so they start to clean out the poor hospital. But
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. But then they actually said that in a press conference that they want to look for some of the teachers that are not qualified. No, which teacher not qualified what they teach?
What?
So which means you might even get rid of the boss, or you might even get rid of the wardens. They said that in a press
so
conference. They actually talk about that.
They get together and clean up the yard.
So what they're doing a clean yard?
Remember we used to go to school, we used to clean yard that time, Sam, but that time is different for now, right?
Completely different.
We used to go to garden and so.
Right.
Right now is school, and then garden the sprout, but no different. But Sam, it's now 12 minutes away from 8. We need to take a break because I think Raheem tell me that we'll bring a waffle.
Huh?
The waffle, Raheem, and give me these signs.
Check here. Bring 1 minute night chicken. We're not kill yet.
1 minute night chicken.
Yeah. So Ira, I don't know how you handle that.
Yeah, I said good morning, Chucky and Sam. The only thing the PUP know what to do is secret agreements, quote unquote, from this text.
Well said.
Well, we will take a break and we'll see how we enjoy this food that Sam bring food. By Sam, it's nice when you call like how you bring food, you know.
I don't tell you that white chicken I bring with white feathers then.
So in Chepe, the out there, Chepe
Well,
go pick
in the yard, I don't know how you handle that.
Chepe go catch that, man.
No season, no there.
Chepe, go make it
so
happen,
you cook on Guatemalan style?
No, man, Chepe go make it happen. You know, don't soak in the water. I said, let's
you work on a much water class.
You work on the juice, huh? You work it?
No, I couldn't eat that soup check. Yeah, you know, used to that. Man, sorry, I don't discriminate nobody, but.
Like they just dip on dip up to make it get leaf flavor. Let's go, Sam.
I want to smile like you eat.
To a chance, boy, me heat up.
Let me eat up, yes. I punish boy till I get back across, yeah?
Yeah. I eat solid chips, boy. But folks, we'll take a break and Sam and Robert check Usher will be back after these messages right here on North Television Channel 10.
From working late to hot date avec Derek. Yes, you can.
Looking half decent at early morning Pilates. Yes, you can. When you've totally forgotten your BFF's birthday. Yeah, you can. Looking surprisingly good in last night's clothes. Even unscheduled media appearances. Batiste Dry Shampoo. Yes, you can.
Distributed by Vegas Imports.
When you think about compassion, care and kindness, the area representative of Orange Walk East, Honorable Elodio Aragon Jr., immediately comes to mind. He has demonstrated through dedication and hard work that the people he represents are his priority. His work in Orange Walk East to deliver goods and services has been never-ending. Infrastructure, streets, water, land, social assistance, sports, and education are areas in which Mr. Aragon has focused and delivered to his people in the Orange Walk East. Honorable Aragon has lived a life of dedicated service to his country and people with an excellent track record. Orange Walk East deserves the best. So, for continued development, vote for Honorable Elodio Aragon Jr.
Is Johnny Briseño dishonest, dizzy, or just dishonorable? In 2005, he pretended to resign from the PUP when Musa illegally gave $20 million to UHS. But in 2019, he said if he was Prime Minister, he would pay Ashcroft $94 million in connection to the same UHS corruption. In 2011, he said the old PUP thieves need to bring back the million they stole when the PUP was in government. But in 2020, he's asking us to vote for the same set of thieves. In 2018, he said Belize should go to the ICJ to settle the Guatemalan claim. But in 2019, he asked Belizeans to vote no. What is Johnny Briseño's problem? Is he dishonest, dizzy, dishonorable? Johnny Briseño is all of the above, not an option.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
What they want to do is to try to secure their future in terms of grasping after political victory. There will be time enough for that. We can't go beyond November, the first week in November. But in the meantime, for God's sake, please focus on the fact that we are in a crisis that all of us together, led by the government, but all of us together must serve. You see, Madam Speaker, leader of the opposition is not present, but when, because he makes clear that his opposition is not on a matter of principle, it is strictly political. When he makes clear that he will put opportunism ahead of the best interests of the country, that is when he opens himself up to my declaring to the whole nation that he is unfit for leadership. You don't cut and run in the middle of a pandemic. Worse, you don't seek to exploit the pandemic for narrow political gain. And Madam Speaker, I am not the only one who says that he's unfit for leadership. He should tell us about what a member of his own party said, and I quote, "You," addressing it to the leader of the opposition, "you have shown unscrupulous behavior time and time again, and it is a part of your DNA. This is a reflection of your insecurity as party leader. You are aware many eyes are on the leadership of the party. Despite your having failed continuously to prove your leadership skills, your despicable actions will also violate the Constitution of Belize if given the opportunity. You have not demonstrated any qualities and capabilities of becoming the next Prime Minister of Belize. In closing, because of your lack of capacity to lead this nation of Belize and your inability to deliver yourself as a leader, you will now stand to bear all the consequences." Enough said, Madam Speaker.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Worried about wearing that sleeveless dress or sexy bikini due to unsightly ingrown hairs, razor bumps, or burn on your legs, underarms, or bikini lines? With Tendskin, those worries are a thing of the past. Just apply Tendskin and you'll be surprised at how quickly it works. So regain the confidence to go short, go sleeveless, go Tendskin. Visit us online at gotenskin.com.
Distributed by Vegas Imports.
Our economy benefits when goods and mobile services get to their destination quickly. When citizens are able to travel without frustration and undue hurdles, everyone benefits as well. The government of Belize is happy to announce the imminent upgrades to the Carazal-Sartaneja Road. 27 miles of road will be upgraded to paved standards and will include the replacement of 2 ferries with new bridges.
Why is it that we're going to invest in Sartaneja? Why is it that we have to take 50 million US dollars to invest in an area where we do not have a political directorate? We believe that as a government, we have to provide a service to all Belizeans.
Well, this for the village of Shunosh is a big advantage both way. Sometimes when we got sickness, we got people sick at the clinic there, home in. We reach at the ferry, can't pass 45 minutes, have to wait. So now this road will benefit whole village, Shunosh, Sartaneja, Copperbank. I'm part of Progreso too. Well, it's really important for us.
I know that our village is not so much developed with tourism because it's a remote village. And for that reason, we don't have a lot of tourism over there. But now with this upgrading of the road and the pavement of the road, I believe and I think that it will be much beneficial for us and for everybody.
More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orinjoak and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Have you ever noticed the development that's taking place in your town or in your city? Maybe it's because you've been too busy enjoying the results. More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado, German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche France.
Batiste Dry Shampoo is the quick and easy way to instantly refresh your hair between washes. Simply spray, massage, and brush. For hair that is refreshed with added body and great texture, so you have time to boss the morning routine. Yes, you can. Batiste Dry Shampoo.
Distributed by Vegas Imports.
back to the Sugar City Morning Show. 2 minutes after 8. Sometime they go fast this morning, boy.
True.
But
Must
you
have
check
idea.
out something, Sam. I don't know if it catch you the same way. The time why I say go the fastest, especially when school they under between 7 to 8 o'clock and like between 12 and 1. That time they feel like they go.
Because you're tight by your movement. So you're set back. Then by the time you can just, I have to carry it in school. But if you go to early and do your thing, you want to see it normal.
Yeah, see it normal.
But then time start to beat you because you late.
Yep. I can touch this one before. Say good morning, Sam. He say, check pattern here. He said, news mentioned that the tourists coming to Belize is asking why should they quarantine when the Belizean guides won't be, and after work they are going about all the country. He said like, okay, the tourists when they come, they have to get quarantined, but he's saying that probably the tour guides are not quarantined.
But why should they be quarantined when probably they have already been swabbed?
Yeah, because
and proven negative.
Yeah, right here so the tour guides, certified tour guides supposed to be well taken care of because they don't work for themselves, they work under a company. And the company have to make sure that they are okay before they send them out from a guide. I think they got Chokka, they have which other this one they have? They have Chokka, they have I don't still remember what's the name of the other tour companies, but I believe they should have their protocol in place.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Yeah, but it's concern. It is concern of citizens, and we need to look into that as well. Sam, I understand the PM mentioned something about a little bonus for some of the frontline workers.
Yeah, and the healthcare workers.
Healthcare workers.
Yeah, all the frontline workers, I believe, like the BDF and the policemen, I think. But I have it here as healthcare workers, those working at the hospital.
But then the man said no money on this. How you give him money?
He has already, he wait for money for coming, but he had touched on a certain part from what he has right now. Then when IDB gave him the money, then he's going to take it, replace it from that.
Okay.
Right? So the healthcare workers, long deserved bonus. They're right around the curve. Get on long before Santa ring the bell.
Yeah, they're right around the curve.
Yep.
Yeah. There is an issue also, Sam, with this thing with the Latche committee and the Bolido thing, and so one of the members of the opposition has been questioning a lot of things when it comes to the contract. That was tailored in the House, That guy in the House.
According to them, no.
That was mentioned in the House of Representatives. The PM took that to the House. I never really see the whole proceedings of it, but then the contract was tendered out for people to bid, right?
Right.
And persons bid. Well, it must have to be that Brad's won the bidding because they got the contract, no? I don't know who else may bid. Or
the Scratch may bid too, but when they check out, and they offer to pay a bit more than Brad's, right?
Which one, the Scratch?
Yeah, and when they check out the record, he still owe the government.
So you can't get it.
You can't get it, so he still owe.
Yeah, your name have to clean. Yeah.
So Brad's get it.
But the issue what the people got with that, I think it's a $2 million contract between the government of Belize and so they have to pay $2 million every year. That's so much money Bolido makes them.
According to the PUP, the firm won that, but they never put no interest to stop all the loopholes when they were in power. Because the Bolido had a lot of loopholes, Bolido and Latche had a lot of loopholes. Where you had in certain instances, I believe, those that were selling, like Chinese men and stuff like that, were making a lot of money after Bolido.
Yeah, because
till then
illegal.
Right, then you remember the PUP Latche?
Yeah, that's what they used to call it.
Yeah, the write down. Why I not got time right, but I got PUP one, you write that and write down. That's what you call it? Days, yeah.
Okay.
But they had loopholes. This government have work on that.
Yeah, so if anybody they sell illegal lottery out there between them and Brad's,
you can't sell that because you
go through the machine now, no?
You going through the machine because you want to collect. So you not buy from us.
So if you buy that uncertain.
Exactly.
Well, like if you buy a raffle for somebody, you don't know if you have your price.
You're going through the machine and get it, and I think it's better that way because then nobody can eat it.
Yeah.
When you win big, you understand? Yeah. But like that, since you touch that, Brad's get the contract. No, if Braz they say if it sell shares to you, Barrow's son, what does Barrow has to do with that? That Braz signed the contract.
If he want to give it to them,
he could do that if
he
he want.
Make sure he got 2 million for
when
the
I
government.
they ask silence stupid question in the house, I said, man, no, this belly I got a sense. Yeah. Braz got the contract. If he want to sell or give away shares to whosoever, that's his business. Once he pay the government.
Yeah, that's
you understand?
True. Yeah. But that's for real, because if you got a contract with somebody and you got it for 5 years, and you talk about 2 million a year, you have to make sure you got that 10 million for that 5 years.
You have to.
If you have to sell shares to somebody, if he sell shares to you, Sam, you don't got nothing to do with the government, you know. That's between you and him.
Then put and we're right tonight. Huh? Aye, why? Then again, check him. I listen to the leader of the opposition complaining about BTL. If I'm hearing me talk about BTL after, oh no, sell it out.
What wrong with BTL now?
You know, they make the money where Barrow say they make like, then they trip off where Mr. Vasquez do, right? But yeah. that time Mr. Vasquez, that's his doings.
Yeah.
You understand? You understand? He answered to that.
If anybody going to quote, then he going to
quote. Nobody else.
Why but Sam, but
he answered to that, so what you trip for?
Sam, but BTL they do good in a salesman.
No, mostly do good, but then the leader of the position, they give some low figures, make you want to put what, 5 million, and you know, that they make. No, man, I really don't believe that. I have to set black and white before I believe that. I'm being a doubt in Thomas on that part.
No, man, BTL supposed to do good because the majority of persons have the BTL phone, and BTL provide a lot of different service for the small service that we got.
Man, it's a big difference. Ashcraft had it. That's why I say, like, if I was him, I wouldn't even open my mouth about BTL, because you guys sold it out to Ashcraft, and no, him tell the man if you don't make certain money, well, the government want to catch up on it, and so the man cry over all the time. Government have to pay the man.
Oh, he got a deal too?
Right, that really, really want sweet deal. You understand? So I wouldn't even mention that if I'm you, my brother. Yeah, because Uno sell out BTL, and since then, BTL has come a long way. Technology is high.
Oh yes, we got WhatsApp now.
With everything you have. That wasn't before. Only rich people come and get internet.
Yeah.
The poorest man like me could get internet.
Yeah, you remember someone tell you support to $5 card in your phone and you call somebody.
Gone.
My time don't say hello, I'm one.
Gone. You could talk longer with it.
Yeah. Hello, good morning, buenos dias. Yeah. That credit test used to go down so quick, doesn't it?
Yes, man. So I don't know when they get in, they want to check this for BT and they want to do this and they want to do that, and they investigate, and you couldn't do it if the government never have it back, you know.
Yeah, and then you see, when time, then the time cell phone never used to sell a lot, you know, some people don't want to buy cell phone because they say, what? I think you're expensive. I put you on $5 credit and make all it. Some,
but look how they set
you
up.
Go on, I want to see you buy Carmelita. You're out of
You're gone. And scrap. But watch when I set you up with Intelco.
Yeah,
we still the pay for Intelco, but you don't want to mention that, right? We still the pay for Intelco. Then you refuse for interconnect. So if you got my Intelco phone, I can only call you with an Intelco phone.
Well, that's how it used to work.
Right. You can't call me with the cell. What that?
That Intelco did come?
They had their office right apart. People trace me there. What part them?
Oh yes, you're right. They got a big opening there.
Yeah, and different places. And
so you made operate?
Yeah. So, but it never happened because Ashcraft refused to interconnect because he had other plans.
Oh, like
you understand?
Like
right when you interconnect with Smart.
Okay, like, yeah, because you got Digi right now got interconnection between them and Smart.
Yeah, Smart.
So that time they saw Intelco couldn't get hooked up.
He refused. He was free for that competition there. But then he interconnect with Smart because Smart that for he.
So then time if you got Intelco phone, if I got one Intelco phone and you got one, we could communicate with Intelco. I can't call.
That's when I saw call right here. No answer at long way. You got Intelco phone now because you got the cell.
The man don't know where they sell, no?
What if you do?
Right, he never banned that time yet, then. They're not way back in the top about.
You never banned yet?
No.
But in the rough, I remember playing when
my body phone them look pretty, don't you?
Yeah, but have no use. We still pay for that. I remember when Sai Musa told Ashcraft, he said, one of you should buy out each other. You understand? They try to get Ashcraft like to buy Intelco because the other guy can't buy BTL.
And then they can't depend agreement for the interconnection.
He never depend that. So all that gone, all that towers and football, the place, all that money.
But why?
We still pay for that.
But why you say the government they pay for that? Intel could never for the government.
Where they get the money? Where they get the money from?
Intel could never a private company.
Yeah, but where they get the money from?
Well, I don't know.
All right.
The company is supposed to spend their own
They
money.
never. Yeah, where they get the money from? They borrowed from the government for do anything.
Okay, so but then in the time the government could have just make one deal with the other company and say, well, make we do the interconnection and done.
They make the deal long time, but Ashcraft them the favorite. Because remember, BTL them the how you say it, retirement for the big boys.
Oh, so right now, we still pay for that.
Still yes.
I never really know about that. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Checky.
Good morning, my brother.
Mr. Sambola, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
What happened, Chairman? How things?
Not bad at all, man, not bad at all.
Before you jump into the discussion, how the party stand right now nationally?
All is going very well.
Amen.
The United Democratic Party, there's no doubt across the nation that the United Democratic Party will win a fourth consecutive term in office. Come on for the September celebration. The atmosphere is calm. Any political scientist will tell you that when the political atmosphere is calm, it means that the people are in agreement with what their government is doing. It gets uneasy when the government is doing wrong for the people and then people begin to agitate. There's a sense of calmness flowing across this nation. And please, many people tell me that because of the COVID situation, because of people who is discontented will go to war to get their voices heard. They will die, and war is certain death. So the people of this nation are contented with their government.
That's right.
Across this country, you will see it. You see, the opposition's role is always to seek to criticize the administration. And the easiest way for them to do that is to come up with allegations of corruption. Those persons who understand when there's corruption in government is the public officers, because they're the ones who work government and they see what is happening. And when they see corruption, they inform their union.
Yep.
And it is their union who takes to the streets on their behalf. Nothing like that will happen across this country, my friend.
That are true.
Nothing like that. So all that allegation of corruption within the UDP is just political rhetoric. Because if it was happening, the unions would have known through their members, and they would have been hitting the street, especially with a few weeks left before general election.
That are true.
Yeah.
But I want to talk this morning about the situation happening in the Orinduak Central constituency.
Go ahead.
I am following the developments out in Orinduak Central, and I see the tremendous amount of work that Denny Grijalva is doing with regard to the streets in Orinduak Central. This man is doing more than the town council itself. The town council that has all the taxpayers' money. He's doing more than the area representative for that constituency. The man who has government money, and the man who might have his own personal money too. Johnny Briseno has done nothing for the people of Orinduak Central. It is a shame and a disgrace to see the difference between these two leaders. I am calling on the good people of the Orinduak Central constituency. Open your eyes.
That's right.
And see what is happening. The difference is as clear as crystal. Briseno is said to be a millionaire. What has he done for Orinduak Central in all these years, my friend? What has he done?
Chairman, as a depot line chairman, someone just tell me a text and tell me if you ask the chairman how strong is the United Democratic Party and if they already have the 31 standard bearers in place.
The United Democratic Party has their 31 standard bearers in place a month ago.
That's right.
Every single one of them is hitting the streets, and every single one of them is visiting the people. We continue. The United Democratic Party is not working on promises. The United Democratic Party is working on its record of achievement. Look at what I hear the leader of the opposition also saying. that any PUP government, and they will never come to power, so let me even go down that road. But that PUP government is going to cancel the Corozal Road, my friend.
Yeah, we just mentioned that. Yep.
Does not the people of that constituency deserve good road?
Exactly.
Does not they deserve good road for all these years? 60 years the Marines have neglected these people, and now these people are going to be getting modern roads, modern ferries, and you're talking about discontinuing those projects, my friend. But you know why they want to discontinue those projects? Because they need the money to pay Michael Ashcroft. Their promise to Michael Ashcroft is that as soon as they come to power, they're going to start out with paying the first $100 million, my friend. So you're going to sacrifice the people of the Corozal, the entire Corozal district, in fact the entire north, for the sake of Michael Ashcroft.
Right.
They're also talking about cancelling the coastal road, my friend. The good people of Dangriga do not deserve a good ride through the coastal road onto the Western Highway to Belize City. Am I still on the air?
Yes, you are. Go ahead, my brother.
But Chairman, if you talk about cancel contract, then you are taking away jobs from people who are working, people that sell food by the street side, because you know when the project that happen, like you know it from Roaring Creek to Cayo, how that road set up so good. A lot of people make them leave money on the roadside selling food and juice and things, selling arts and craft, and people work. So if their contracts they get cancelled, a lot of people will have unemployment.
Precisely, and we are currently facing troubling times in terms of the COVID situation.
Right.
It is affecting economies across the world. But whenever there's economic depression, then infrastructural development stimulates the national economy, like you rightfully said. Man, can you imagine it? On all that they're doing, they're sacrificing these goods and services to these people, and like you rightfully said, the employment, all for the purposes of satisfying one billionaire individual. That is why the people across this nation have their eyes wide open, you know. The people across this nation are supporting the United Democratic Party government because they are seeing unprecedented development happening across this country in the West out here.
Yeah.
They've been getting spanking new highways. The same thing must happen to the good people of Orange Walk. The same thing must happen to you all. You deserve the same thing. You are Belizeans. Why would you want to cancel the roads going into Sartenia and those areas there and replacing those bridges? You hear what the man said? Sometimes they have their sick people when they reach at every jump to get 45 minutes for the ferry to come. That's a life and death situation, my friend.
That's a fact.
The people deserve better than that. The people deserve far better than that, and the People's United Party has neglected the people of
for years, man.
All these years.
Yeah, and also chairman, when you got development, that brings up value of the properties in the area. You see what Sartania has done, you know how much people are starting to go to Sartania, Chulush, Kapabank, all the place.
Yes, these areas are going to develop. Why are and you know what they're doing to the sad part of it is that they are telling you publicly that they're doing it, they will be doing it, you know.
Yeah, they said it, yes.
Can you imagine what they have secretly in mind for the people of this nation? They are telling you publicly that they're going to punish the people like this. That is a disgrace. But like I am saying, I am calling the attention especially of the people for the Orange Walk Central constituency. You name me one thing that Jenny Briseño has done for the people of Orange Walk Central, and I will resign from any position I hold within your
Chairman, how the city stand?
Belize City is good. We are working on the transfers and the registration period make them look bad. You know what I was also made to understand? They are up in the north too, threatening the voters up there in the north. There are people who are already on the voters list, and they are telling them that they will not be allowed to vote.
What?
Nothing can be further from the truth.
Yeah, that's true. That.
Once you are on that list, signed off by the revising magistrate, you can vote. So I am calling all the UDP supporters across this nation, pay no heed to the threat of those operatives of the opposition. Because I was made to understand they even have Vicky family up there, out in Orange Walk and Corozal, visiting these people and threatening them. Mr. Leader of the opposition, sir, if you do not work for the people of Orange Walk Central, then at least ask your operatives to please cease and desist from threatening the voters of this country. It is that proper, sir.
Right.
That speaks well of you.
Can you update us on something with some street where they talk about
The mayor, they said?
city council look for sell
Liability.
Is there information about that?
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if they, because that is what they do. That is what they do.
One lady they call upon the show and they mentioned that they look for sell some street around their house.
For parking lots for Heritage Bank.
But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised because they sell anything. Look what they did. There was a PUP big man who wanted $7 million. He saddled this country with $30 million in a day. Forget what he back of $7 million. If you don't want the $7 million, not take $7 million, but to make it cost 30.
Right.
I am talking in regards to the one day Novella 30.
Yeah.
For that street of $7 million, but the cost the nation $30 million. Man, just take the $7 million and go, sir.
Filing for bankruptcy afterwards.
Yeah, and then save it $23 million. But the cost the whole country $30 million, and we're paying for that until 2050, you know.
All right.
And this is from whence we came. Mr. Leader of the Opposition, sir, it's a shame and a disgrace on you. You have fooled the people of Orange Walk Central for far too long. The people of Orange Walk Central are now seeing what a politician can do for them. And I want to congratulate Denny Grijalva using his own personal funds to address the needs of the people of this constituency. Thank you very much, guys.
Okay,
well said, my brother.
Sam, I got a message for you. I got a question. You ready? Somebody sent me a text from New York asking me to ask Sam if he remember me. Talk about Glenda Ferguson.
Wait, of course.
You don't remember?
Yes, of course. We live by Sarah.
May I get his because I see you get nervous. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I guess that gentleman or that young man, if I may call him so, he was not living in Belize or in Orange Walk, because the Honorable Jefferson has done very much for the Orange Walk Central constituency. Very, very much. But I don't need to remind him about anything, because everything is being shown, everything is there, proof of everything he's been doing.
Okay, thank you, Carla. Thank you.
Same to you.
Sam, Glenda, say if you remember Glenda Ferguson.
Remember said Alice?
Yeah, you remember Faggy and the old man who used to work the PWD in that time?
Yeah.
Glenda, the shouty of Glenda.
Hey, my name is Glenda. How are you?
We need to take a break, Sam, a coffee break now. It's 25 minutes after 8, folks. Robert Chekewasha and Sam will be back after these messages right here on North Television, Channel 10.
Llegó el día de elección. Check. Llegó el día de elección, todos juntos con pasión. Vamos a votar por una mejor nación. Vámonos para adelante, no hay nadie que nos aguante. Carlos Cetina para que nos represente. Votemos todos por Carlos Cetina. Un hombre con visión tiene la solución y todo su trabajo lo hace con pasión. Votemos todos por Carlos Cetina. En el día de elección no demos explicación. Hagamos lo correcto por nuestra nación. Para todo hay solución, una buena explicación. Nuestra gente en primera posición. No hablamos de más, trabajamos por más. Nuestra palabra es nuestra prioridad. Que se vea la bandera y que este ritmo suene. Y la voz de la gente que retumbe y truene. No vamos a parar, venimos para ganar. Carlos Cetina nos va a representar. Votemos todo por Carlos Cetina. Un hombre con visión tiene la solución y todo su trabajo lo hace con pasión. Votemos todo por Carlos Cetina. En el día de elección no demos explicación. Hagamos lo correcto por nuestra nación. Yo, en el día de elección hagamos lo correcto. Votemos Carlos Cetina, Orange Walk North. Tú sabes, prosperidad, mejor futuro para ti, para mí y para nuestros hijos. Hey.
Honorable Elodio Aragon remains steadfast in his commitment of delivering on his pledge to the people of Orange Walk East. As a result, Palmar Village is receiving much needed attention. The main street that passes through the village, which has been eroded due to rains and use over time, has been upgraded by your area representative and the government of Belize. Street works will be ongoing in the area. Honorable Elodio Aragon and the government of Belize. Leadership that works.
114.60 acres in Tiger Creek, Orange Walk, 3,000 acres, 0.961 hectares to Jaime Briceño and John Briceño, 827.848 square yards to John Briceño, 5.4 acres to John Briceño and Jaime Briceño, 20 acres in Progreso to John Briceño again, 6 acres in Progreso, all the Progreso you have it?
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass Project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Border jumping is illegal and puts our entire nation at risk. Our neighbors, Guatemala and Mexico, are experiencing rapidly increasing numbers of COVID-19 cases, and there are more deaths every day. Persons entering Belize illegally from these hotspot countries are not being tested for COVID-19. That's why it is important to report anyone entering Belize illegally by calling our hotlines. Smart users call 0800-JUMPERS or 0800-BORDERS. For Digi, call 0800-SAVE-BZE. Condoning or engaging in border jumping is putting yourself, your family, and the entire country at risk. Remember, anyone caught will be fined up to $5,000 and or imprisoned for 2 years. Stop border jumping now. This message is brought to you by the Belize Police Department and the Belize Bank.
World-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multipurpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
Since 2014, Honorable Elodio Aragon has been quietly and consistently assisting deserving residents of Orange Walk East through a pantry program that he put together using personal resources and also with the support of generous business persons. It started with the distribution of 100 packages per month and has now doubled to 200 packages per month. The packages comprise of rice, beans, flour, and sugar, which are staples in any household and a great help to the recipients. During the state of emergency in the month of April, Honorable Aragon also prepared and delivered 3,000 food hampers to residents of Orange Walk East. In the first instance, 1,500 parcels were delivered, followed by 1,500 more 2 weeks later. This was done because Mr. Aragon was aware of the hardships some of their residents were going through due to the COVID curfew. This is a man who cares. Honorable Elodio Aragon Jr., with you always.
Sugar City Morning Show. Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show, Sam. So,
Yep.
Glenda and Dorla, Sam say, remember when we went down, we used to always beat out and leave around. Sam say, work with Mr. Pete too, you know?
Yes, I work with your dad at the Ministry of Works Department.
Mr. Pete used to be your foreman, no?
Yeah.
All right. Remember Harbert and Glen too?
All of them.
All right. So, Sam, you know, I was passing in the area, talking about Orange Walk Central, because a lady called and said, well, there is a lot that Johnny has done in Orange Walk Central.
Who has been covered for him is probably the mayor.
Yeah, because the work that Danny is doing, I believe it's under the town council, no?
The grading of the streets that he has been doing, the man used his own resources. Like yesterday he was in the San Lorenzo area, right? You may notice that yesterday. He did this one not too far from us. When they still go back and throw garbage, and that street is actually in town. It is in Central.
Which one that's
This one right ahead there, ahead of us.
The one that when we clean out, right?
Right, when we clean nicely and stay good. They really upset me.
You know, people dash garbage on that street there, Sammy. I know someone that dash it middle of the street.
Right, and I don't know why the town council just come and put one sign. You know, if you stop dash garbage on the street or something like that, or you want to get charged a certain amount of money, because it may look so nice. I got pictures of it when we finish, you know.
And they tell me one of the person would dash garbage there, somebody will live right in the area.
By.
You know, right in the area one of the person live.
Yeah, when I come through just now, the drunk one, I got one of the chicken feathers when they haul it in some bag, but we're probably, someone might need Fedo that go in there.
Yeah, see
all right.
You see that who they work in Central, right?
Right.
You can see it right there on the screen right now. That what area that, Sam? I know him, he does a work on the San Esteban Road as well.
I think San Esteban Road as well.
Oh, the entrance by San Lorenzo
He has been working
Road.
on the entrance. To me, like, why not abandon San Lorenzo?
Yeah, and we see that who they do the work right there. Hello, good morning, muy buenos días.
Yes, good morning, Jackie.
Good morning, my brother. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, my brother. How are you guys doing this morning?
Well, we are okay, thank God. We are alive and we are trying to keep COVID free, no?
Well, that's what we request that all our Belizean families keep safe, because we have to be very careful and ensure that our health comes first above anything.
Yeah, well, welcome to the show. You're live on the air. What's your concern for today, sir?
Well, Jackie, good morning. You know, I try to listen to the show occasionally. Something was brought up to my attention or catch my attention. A caller called in earlier saying that it is the PUP and John Britannia doing all the work in Orange Walk Central. And you know, to the dismay of my listening ears, I went like, wow, I wonder if that person is colorblind. Because we all can see all the work that Mr. Denny Grijalva, who is the current UDP standard bearer, is doing all the work in Orange Walk Central. I mean...
And he's not the elected area rep.
And he's not the elected area rep. I mean, Mr. Denny has 6 streets in the San Jose street. We have done the San Lorenzo housing site. I think we did some work yesterday.
Right, yesterday.
The entrance was very bad. And
bad, yes.
residents were appealing to us to get some work done there, and then he immediately went and started to get that figured out. We have done countless streets in the San Esteban Village, in the San Juan Alley, that's right behind San Francisco restaurant. The first time
Yeah.
Anyone did some work there. Even the town council has that area abandoned.
That's
and
a-
we have
yeah.
been doing work in that area.
Yeah.
Right.
If
Those
you're
are the
still, if
streets
you're
that-
still there by your television, you can see some of the pictures where they show right now, no? And if you're still there by your television, and you could probably identify some of these streets that we are seeing that's been worked on by Mr. Grijalva as well, no?
No, well, unfortunately, I'm not have access to a TV right now. No.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just on the pictures.
Work, but, you know, it's an eye-opener. I want the people of Orange Walk Central to really look at what Denny has been doing. I mean, we have people that we have been giving some pantry bags out of what Mr. Denny is trying to allocate from his funds and some corporate citizens that are helping us in delivering these pantries. I mean, when we're delivering pantries, Jackie, we are not looking if you are PUP or UDP. We are delivering to the people because the people of Orange Walk Central need it.
That's right.
And we can see one of the clear comments, one of their stalwart PUP supporters put on Facebook, yes, ma'am, that is what I'm saying. I have not received no groceries. I feel ashamed to take what the others give because I am not a UDP. But they came to my house to drop off a bag of pantry without asking if I am red or blue.
So when you all are giving out pantries or working, it's not if you are a PUP, a UDP, or no P at all.
No P at all, Chicky.
Parejo.
The slogan for Denny is improve with Denny. What we're trying to do is improve the living conditions of the people. You look at the San Jose street that was recently fixed about 3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah, you see that one already?
Yes, when we went there, few of the residents said, listen, look at the water, it is stagnant, it's not running, it smells.
Yeah.
Then he says, listen, I will come tomorrow and I will fix this. Little did the residents know that Mr. Denny and the equipment would have been there at 6 in the morning.
All right.
Yeah.
So when they open the windows, then it
Work they happen.
work out there.
Correct.
Somebody just sent me a text, Carla, say if these resources to Mr. Denny is coming from the government of Belize.
Through which means?
Of the works that I think they're the same, the works that Mr. Denny
finance
is
it, right?
doing
If the
in
government finance
Central.
it.
If these are resources, financial support from the government, or Mr. Denny is using his own resources.
This is Mr. Denny's own resources. As you know, the elected area representative is John Briseño.
He's the one who collects the money.
The only one that receives the money.
That's
As
right.
a matter of fact, John Briseño himself put out to the people that he receives $7,000 plus $2,000.
That's right.
What? $9,000 on a monthly basis to assist his people in Orange Walk Central. Plus his salary of about $5,000.
Oh, so that 9,000 that has nothing to do with the salary.
That has nothing to do with the salary.
Okay, so that 9,000 supposed to be for support the people in.
He's supposed to have a community vote.
yeah,
Anyone that should
community
be going
vote.
out there and doing what Denny is doing.
Oh, okay. And
I have personally not seen John Briseño out in Orange Walk Central. You know what happens? He's so ashamed that he has forgotten the people of Orange Walk Central.
For 5 years.
He has Councillor Bull coming with critics that he's going to run for mayor and he wants the information, yet he has 2 other campaigners for Johnny. They're asking for information, but the people are not fooled. Look what was told to him in San Esteban. As soon as Denny fixed or cleared the road, it was all bumpy and, with the big potholes. Then he sent in his grader to scrape it.
He reached.
The following day, John Briseño reached to San Esteban.
Smooth road.
Yes, with a good road. You know what the people told him? Oh, so after Mr. Denny fixed the street, now you remember it?
yeah, people don't sleep all the time in Ocala.
Well, Checky, he has been in government and leader of the opposition and being a representative going to 30 years. And what he has done is personally enrich himself and has not cared about the people of Orange Walk Central. His primary objective, his only concern is that he wins and becomes Prime Minister of this country.
That is true.
His only concern. He set some of the oversight committee, which he was co-chairing with the Honorable
Right.
Dean Barrow. And you know what his word said? I am stepping down because I need to be political.
That come first for he.
Exactly. So to him, it's all about politics. To Denny, it's all about
the people.
It's about improving the lives of the people.
So, to the voters and residents, not only the voters, but the residents of Orange Walk Central, on behalf of your committee and Mr. Denny Grijalva, what words do you have for Central residents?
Well, my words to Central residents and especially the voters. We have had a Briseño dominant family controlling Orange Walk Central for decades. Nothing has improved. Nothing has been done for Orange Walk Central. It is time for us to look at the person who genuinely has been working, is working, and will continue to work for you. John Briseño has been given the opportunity for many years to be your representative, and he has done nothing. Denny is there as only a standard bearer, and he is working every day to try to improve the lives of our people in Orange Walk Central. I think, and I ask the people of Orange Walk Central to let us give Mr. Denny an opportunity. Let us elect him, send him to Belmopan. And if Denny does not do what he is promising, what he says he will do for us, then 5 years and the general elections, and you make your decision.
Exactly.
Let us give the man an opportunity, the man who is working, because that's the only person I see in Orange Walk Central working, along with the group of girls that we know call Denny's Angels, because they are the ones pushing. And together as a committee and a team, we must ensure and we ask that we elect Denny for this general election.
And Carla, it's not the first.
Carla, right now, Sam, before you go, Carla, I want you to commit to something. Persons have always been asking and saying, hey, Denny working at Central, but when will Denny come on the show? Can we have Denny and the committee on the show, or yourself or somebody? And especially Mr. Denny will come as well.
I'll bring some more photos.
Let me comment on that. Let us find time. As you see, Cheki, Mr. Denny is always on the streets. He's always there working to see in what he can help his people. When this pandemic started, everyone was afraid to go out and help. Mm-hmm. The committee and Mr. Denny decided that we will not be afraid. We will just be very careful. We ensured we kept our masks, and we had hand sanitizer, and we went out to give out some pantries to help out the people. You will not see a banner, you will not see a T-shirt from Mr. Denny. Rather than spend $5,000 in a political propaganda, Mr. Denny prefers to buy groceries and help out his people. But let me commit that I will see if we can find time sometime next week.
Yeah.
And the committee members or myself will try to be there, and we'll try to do a show so that we can properly inform the people of what we have been doing and what is the vision that we have for Orange Walk Central.
Yeah, because we know Mr. Denny, he has no publicity, man.
And you know what is good about the work that he is doing? It is not the first time that he has done this. He has done this before. You say, so you can't say, oh, well, the Becca election is close by. No, the man has done this before.
He has been working.
Yes, he has been working.
Okay.
Well, he has been working for more than 6-7 years in Orange Walk Central.
Correct.
If you look at it, he's one of the very few politicians who has not abandoned his vision when he was defeated. When he was defeated, he says, listen, I think the people did not get to know me. I will continue working for them so that when they realize the person I am, the type of leader I am, then they will go ahead and give me the opportunity to serve them.
And you have to be a good leader to accept things like that, Carla, because who will accept defeat like that and say, no, man, let's go. We can do it, right?
Correct. And that's the type of leader he is. I mean, he stayed and he's staying the course because he wants to work for the people of Orange Walk Central. So my message to them, let us give him an opportunity. We can clearly see the difference that he is the only one working in Orange Walk Central.
Okay, well, just give us a call so we can plan the show, so we can get Orange Walk Central for the United Democratic Party on the show, right?
All right, Jackie. Thank you very much, and you guys have a great day.
Same to you, my brother.
Thank you, Carla. All right, Sam. So that footage there, when you see that from San Lorenzo.
Right, in San Lorenzo. He worked there yesterday.
By that place, they may bump you up.
But for some reason, they abandoned that area.
Yeah, and a lot of people live back there, man.
Yeah, a lot of people there too.
A lot of people live back there.
They just abandoned the area, but I'm telling you, when You give Danny the break like as what the gentleman
that
just
they
said.
break the Sam, that
Yeah. Then they want to clean up the area.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
he there right there too, boy.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah.
He's there.
He remind me of Castro.
Castro no joke.
Yeah, the man they always. I remember one time one of them they build this big drain back here, Sam. When the people may get flooded when Honorable Gaspar Vega was on the
He
ground
was
as
out
well.
there,
I don't know if you were around. If you know.
Yes, I was around.
You see the man? No,
Yeah, I saw him. Got on the
The other
boots.
day I see the man with rubber boots.
Yeah, with the boots, he still got on.
Yeah, but that's how you have to service your people, boy. And Mr. Denny Grijalva, people might look on Denny and figure out that he not contribute to you, but then
He's
they got
serious
some
about his
people who
work.
go to the man will try whop the man, man.
And the man know that. He
The
don't.
man
He kind of holding it now. So
Yeah, and then the man no help then and rail up and this and that.
Mhm.
But if you go to that man with a legitimate case, he help
Yeah,
you.
help
man.
you, yes, yeah, help you.
He help you. But I believe he prefer do it in a wider basis. Hello, good morning.
Check it, Sam.
Good morning.
I will grab up something to you, Sam. Remember when they had this election with the no to the ICJ?
Yes, sir. The man are confused. Got you.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, all right. They say they take this Guatemala dispute to the ICJ. And the leader of the opposition said, no.
Amy don't say.
The whole crowd, they no to the ICJ, say no to the ICJ. You know, after the ICJ done well, you know they will win.
Right.
They will win. The people that say, yes, we're going to the ICJ, the International Court of Justice. When Ghani was interviewed and he did talk about, say they farm the next government and they tell him how you handle Guatemala and case. He said, well, I have confidence that we are winning the ICJ. And he don't want to do it. Man.
That's why I said the man are confused.
So you look on that, Sam. You look on that, check it. And I want you to give opinion, mate. Go to the ICJ and when you done, I got confidence we will win the ICJ.
So what? What you say to the ICJ?
That when man carry Guatemala.
You say yes, right? You say yes to the ICJ. We say yes to the ICJ. Correction to that. We say yes.
And one lot of them say no. And when he done, he was interviewed over farm the next government and farm the next government. And when they asked him what way we do about the Guatemala, he said, I'm confident that we're going to win in the ICJ. He's going to win. I mean, he said two things. He said no to the ICJ, but when he done, he confident.
He confident that we're going to win.
The way time I lead that, my brother. The way we lead you.
Unsure mind.
Something and then behind your back you do something else. Get one review, get one copy of that thing, man, because that thing was recorded.
Yeah.
You got it.
Get one copy of it, man, and you will see it.
Yeah.
He recorded it.
You
He said no to the ICJ, and when he done, he said he confident that we are winning the ICJ. Now that which one he want now? No to the ICJ, and then confident we are win.
Yeah.
Please come, man. Every time I lead there, you got that guy. The brother that got no leadership in because he went in. You lead the people into war, and you tell them no war, and then when they don't, you lead the people into war.
You
know what I mean? The way I look on it.
You sound like your Bex man.
You know, it remind me, right, so you get permission. Remember, if you get one permission, we had one demonstration, I think, and come right up to the park, and we party down and finish that toll bridge. That toll bridge is down and finish, and when you finish up that toll bridge, what happened? People could have made it hurt, man. The way kind of leader that, because that's not where you getting a head there. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye, Mr. Bruya.
Mr. Bruya.
Yeah. Well, Sam, we have Danny on the show with Orange Walk Central sometime next week. The caller said that we will get in touch and set up things and get the records together, what they are doing in Central, and we'll be presenting that right here on the SugarCity Morning Show. Anything else by your agenda for this morning, Brother Sam? I see you got your paper.
What time now, Checky?
We got time, man. Don't worry about the time. We got time.
I want to discuss one little thing before I left from here. I was listening to Love FM sometime last week, right? And our calling name took as this not liable, this is public knowledge. Various was on the show, virtually. Oh. The mayor from Corozal.
Okay. The big man.
Yeah, the big man. And for some reason, he himself mentioned email Hernandez about 3 or 5 times during that show.
Mention him man name?
Right. Stating that thanks to the previous town council and Emer Hernandez, they don't collect subvention for 2 months or something like that, right? But we don't collect subvention. Before I carry on, I'm going to make it clear that I did my investigation. I gone and I chatted with a farmer, councillor, and I asked him why I say I'm going to take down some, he jot down some notes from Love FM, and this is what I have here.
Where they go on?
Where they go on here, and he read it. Because according to various, he was asked a question because he complained about some contracts and they are paying the man a big amount of money.
Why? And they take it out of the town council
And take it out of the town council subvention.
Okay.
And he was asked a question, are the contracts completed? He dodged it on a little bit. When I come back and ask him again, he said, well, after a while, we realized that some of the contracts were not completed. So the farmer councillor from Corozal, he told me, Sam, he said, all those contracts were completed. All. They were completed. And the money that the gentleman is collecting is 5,000 a month. So if you collect, you only pay 5,000, just like I think Dennis collecting 5,000 a month from Town Council here also. Yeah. There is nothing wrong with that.
Because no go work.
Right, they did their work. No go and say the man they carry all the money. It is not true.
That's not all the money.
And yeah, it's 5,000. Much? What is subvention? 34?
I don't really know how much of the subvention.
Something wrong there, but take 5,000 at 34. What you stay with?
But you see now that
29, right? You got other money for work with.
Yeah, but you see now that money what they pay, they don't have to do no works. Because they pay some money for do the work, so they don't have to take out money and say, hey, we have to fix the street.
But the work is completed. Why tell?
So the job they get done.
Why tell lie like that? You understand me?
Nobody never tell you hear the man, right?
I write it down.
Okay.
When it start talking, before I come here, I can see somebody.
But
when I'm a UDP councillor in Corozal.
The works that are done there, when the contract they sign, Sam, you can't just sit down and me sign my contract, you know. You have to go through the local government and everything and make them know this is what is happening.
It has to go through the local government.
This are the projects they want to set. So if the person that do the work, then you could legally persecute this person if you not do the work. You don't just have to go up and show and talk and say this not to get done and that not to get done. You understand?
But that can't to the council that 5,000 a month the man they get.
It's a similar thing like what is happening with Mr. Grijalva and
right, it's the same thing. Right? And there's nothing wrong with it. But no go on the talk show and then you lie like that for the gentleman, man.
Yeah.
You understand? It is not fair.
Yeah.
How you want to say something like that? Then you want to turn around and tell the people the work we do, watch it and then you come back and vote for it in a march. And you lie.
You have to come clean, man.
You need to come clean.
Next year, the city council and town council elections too, you know, Sam?
Right. Sometime in March.
Yes. Well, that's in a March.
Yeah. You need to come clean. You need to stop lying about the gentleman.
Yeah.
You understand?
I know he married and a man will come out and talk and this and that.
Well,
he's an easy going guy. He not come out and
once I get like that, I'm going to clear it up.
Yeah, clear it up.
You don't have done that before here.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair.
Yeah.
And then nobody never call and when the lines were open.
Yeah. Terry say you know here, nah?
Terry G?
Yeah.
Then I pay a tree to grow.
When we tell the man you want to plant it in the yard, sir?
No. You want to carry it.
You be tell the man you want to plant it.
You want to carry the pay a tree.
Terry the man said the thing they grow. You know?
This check it light up, boy. It sound like Musa.
Boy, no man. Left flow Mr. Musa, boy. Mr. Musa, they relax right now.
All of a sudden, he good.
Yeah, the man, they relax off right now. Sam, anything else in your
closing remarks
today, brother?
Let me say good morning to Beatrice Cruz. How you doing, girl? How is your mother doing too? Top of the morning to you guys. No expect me say nothing about no COVID or I don't tell her say that.
Yeah.
Then if you take care of yourself, me.
Everybody's supposed to don't know what happens, Sam.
Me not discuss that.
Yeah, but anything else you want to add? Closing remarks to uplift the people today?
Well, man, thank God that we see this day. The sun is shining, I think. I know they're out there. You know they're shining, yeah?
The grass, they grow.
The pastures are well, the cow are fed. The grass get green. Sometimes I go there with the dead, you know.
But green right now.
Yeah, they're only coming down to skeleton, right?
Upstairs, send it down for
But the good last send the rain down and now the corn is big and fat. We thank God for all that, the birds, the trees, the wind. When they get hot, we don't complain, you know. Not real up. Take it as it come.
Yeah.
So everybody
Thank
just
you, Lord, you should
have a
say.
nice day, and make much of the day while we're still breathing the air.
We thank you all. Thanks to the callers. Thanks to the chairman, Mr. Brewer, and everybody who called this morning. The representative that represent Mr. Denny Grijalva in Orange Walk Central. Thanks to your call. Thanks to everyone. We want to certainly wish you all the best. And this show repeats at 8 o'clock tonight. So Sam, no one sleep early. Sam, watch back the show and see where we go and what we need for improvement and what we should have touched and we never touch. Right, Sam? And look it back. And then we have repeat of Channel 7 News today at 12. Then we have the hot news coming up at 6 o'clock today. So have yourself a wonderful time. Raheem, thanks once again. And if the good Lord so will, we'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock right here on North Television Channel 10.
On election day, vote for UDP and Carlos Satina, representing Orange Walk North. Cause with future matters, we voting for Carlos. Cause with future matters, voting for Satina. Cause with future matters, we voting for Carlos. Cause with future matters, voting for a leader. Here come election time again. Tell your family, tell your friends, choose a leader. Tell your Carlos Satina. From the start and to the end, hard work Satina bring. Humble and caring, come make it to way. Carlos will do the work, Satina will do the job. Carlos will do the work, Satina will do the job. Carlos will do the work, Satina will do the job. Carlos will do the work, Satina will do the job. Carlos, go and put the X, the index, lift the index, you the people, the line, they are the best. I vote for the others, but they want the best. Carlos Satina, humble caring, you know come down with joke and no blading. Orange Walk North, representing Carlos Satina, in stepping up. Carlos got the vote. Stepping up.